I'm a psychology professional and a certified teacher of mindfulness and self compassion. If you are going through the pain of a breakup, effects of either breaking up from a long term relationship or a short term infatuation, I have 3 tips for you. All these tips I'm going to give you are based on relationship research. And I have given articles that summarize this research underneath, so you can explore it in the description. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more content of this type. So, tip number 1, what is normal? If you find yourself sometimes extremely angry and other times, in fact, missing some aspects, some charm that you used to experience in the relationship and feeling sad about the loss, that's normal. If sometimes you find yourself obsessively thinking, analyzing every little detail of who said what and what went wrong and what was right, if you obsessively think and analyze, that's normal too. If some insecurities of self doubts are springing up, things that were said to you, or maybe your fears, your fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, maybe your fear that I'm never going to find anybody suitable, anything like that springing up, it's extremely painful, but that's normal too. Especially if you are the one who was rejected, you will feel the pain even more. If you are going through low level depression, as in you're not able to enjoy the usual things, you're not feeling as connected with your friends, you do distract yourself a little bit, but you go back to feeling your pain, all these things, even that is normal. However, if you find yourself going through a major episode of depression, what that means is you're not able to get out of bed, you are not able to function in a proper way, as in if you are not able to work, you are not able to study, or whatever you used to do, you're just not able to get yourself to do that. And if that continues beyond, let's say, 6 weeks, then you definitely need to seek professional help. By the way, seeking therapy, even when you're going through the normal effects of a relationship breakup, is advisable, because what you want to do is you don't want to get stuck. You don't want to get stuck in a way that you create barriers around you and you don't trust anybody, you don't let anyone else see you, so it affects your relationship scene forever. You don't want to go through that. So a healthy breakup would mean that instead of going through those stuck feelings, if you are able to explore what went wrong and make it better, if you can change your story for the future, then that in fact will be called a healthy breakup. In order to reduce the pain of the relationship, you can explore 2 things, and I'm going to give you those 2 things in tip number 2 and 3. How to deal with the insecurities that gets triggered. When you're breaking up, a lot of things are being said to each other, and sometimes some hidden facts about you may get revealed, or sometimes some insecurities you may have, you may even be aware of it, but they come out in broad daylight. Examples are things like you are just not loyal, or that you just don't understand human beings, you don't have emotional quotients, or you have anger issues. Anything like that that comes out on the surface is something that can be very painful to deal with. So how do you deal with this? Research shows that some people can handle it or go through these insecurities easier, while some other people, they get stuck into it. In fact, they seem to get more and more sucked into the difficult traits that are revealed about them. Research also shows that the people who seem to have relative ease in dealing with it are the ones who believe that personality traits can be changed, that there is some control you have over knowing about what should be changed, needs to be changed, and they seem to be doing that. Some of them, of course, just take it in its stride, like, okay, we just were not a good match. But the main thing is having a sense of ability to change or control. The people who seem to have a really hard time and who seem to go into the passive mode, they seem to be thinking that this is how it is going to be for the rest of my life. There is no way to change any of this. And that is a very depressing and very downing kind of a feeling. So what's the answer to the dealing with insecurities then? The answer is to know that personality traits and characteristics can be changed. Explore and change. For that, first of all, the trick is to know whatever insecurities or whatever you are thinking about, what part of it seems true, that even you believe in that, and what part of it was forced upon you because of the insecurities of your partner. Then the part that seems to be true, what part of it is actually just characteristics that can be changed, and some of it just may not be possible to change it. It could be something like a physical thing, like your shoulders are too broad, your nose is too big, or whatever it is, something of that sort. In order to parse out these things, you may again need to seek therapy or talk to a trusted friend. Once you know what part is changeable, then know that by exploring it, by changing it a little bit at a time, by changing your habits, maybe read books, maybe take classes, maybe go to therapy, have some courage. It's not such a big deal that it can be changed. And that is what actually going to change your story for the future. You don't want to fall into the same trap again and again. How do you reduce the pain that you are going through? There are a couple of strategies I'm going to suggest to you. Again, these are based on research. Strategy number 1. For 10 to 15 minutes every day, write a journal, either a written journal or audio, video journal, whatever suits you. And write about positive aspects of breaking up from this relationship. It could be positive aspects from the time when you were actually in the process of breaking up or after you broke up. Maybe you had to walk on eggshells because your partner was very, very insecure and now you feel suddenly free. Or maybe you were experiencing the anger and constant devaluing of yourself when you were in the relationship, and now you can get your respect back. There are many things about the relationship that probably were not functioning very well, and now you have the freedom to explore, the freedom to feel back in control again of your own life. These are the examples of positive aspects of breaking up. Write that down every day. The other thing is you can also write down the negative part of your partner's characteristics that actually had made it difficult for you to stay in the relationship. If you were the one who was rejected and you suddenly found out that your partner just left you, even that is telling you something about your partner's style of communication. That is not correct. So to be in touch with the negative parts of your partner's characters also helps you not to get tempted into reconnecting to the same dysfunctional relationship. The second strategy that does work in the short term, though, is to distract yourself. Some people may immerse themselves in work. Some of you may need to actually maybe binge watch or maybe connect with friends, or get involved in some hobby that actually can get your attention. These kinds of short term distractions are also important because they allow you to get away from the pain and sometimes also from the temptation of calling your partner again. I have a suggestion. Explore books, podcasts, videos that tell you about relationship breakups. Or sometimes, if you want to find out something about you that you want to work on, they can give you tips about that. That's another good way to make use of a breakup, to find out about your tough spots and also make them soft so you can change your story for the future. All the best.